The Fukushima disaster was the greatest single radioactive contamination of the ocean in history, and for local fishermen it could spell the end of their industry. While boats are still going out, their catches are not being sold, but being sent straight to the lab for analysis. And it's not just Japanese trawlers pulling in radioactive fish. North Asia correspondent Mark Willesee joined one fishing boat not far from the shattered Fukushima nuclear plant.
As the old maritime verse goes, red sky at morning, sailors take warning. But it's too late for these crews heading out to the Fukushima fishing grounds. The operator of the nuclear plant repeatedly ignored warnings about a big tsunami, and now their way of life has been poisoned by the meltdowns.
I think it's impossible for our industry here to recover in my lifetime. Even if we do get back on our feet, who will buy our fish?
From his boat off the coast, Akira Kaya witnessed one of the Fukushima reactor buildings explode the day after the tsunami hit. Now everything he hauls from the sea is sent to a laboratory rather than the market. So we're only about 20 kilometres from the Fukushima nuclear plant, and because of the southerly current, these are some of the most contaminated waters. These fishermen are particularly concerned about radioactive cesium, which has a half-life of about 30 years.
Of course I'm angry with the nuclear plant operated TEPCO. I'm a fisherman and I've lost my income.
But it's not just the fishermen of Fukushima worried about what they catch. Last month, 15 bluefin tuna hooked off the US west coast were found to be contaminated with cesium from Fukushima. Back at port, just south of the nuclear plant, the fish are sorted by species before being sent to the lab.
The fish are still dangerous. Last week we tested fish from 40 kilometres out, and nearly 1/3 were above the contamination safety limit.
And what about these fish from our expedition 20 kilometres out? The ABC was later told a quarter of the catch was above the maximum radiation limit. One fish had contamination levels 16 times what's considered safe. Mark Willesee, ABC News, Fukushima.